another Dokkan battle video. So today, we are going to hop into the Legendary VEGETA event, and we are going to get one of the new missions done. So one thing I really like they did about the 7th year anniversary here is they added 2 new missions to both the Legendary VEGETA event as well as the GT Legendary Goku event. To beat it with a category team, and you'll get 5 stones and then 5 tickets for the VEGETA banner, right? I think this is a really good thing that they do. Honestly, I feel like this is something they should do more often. Because, dude, what is there? Again, there's like 71 categories in the game or something like that. Let me just quickly double check. It's in that number range, I think. Like 70, 80-ish. There's that many categories. Like, they could add more of these. I was off a little bit. There's 85. After the 2 anniversary LRs released, there's now 85 categories, right? And it's like they could easily add a lot more to the game, right? I don't know that they need to add any more to the OG Legendary Goku event. And I don't think they're ever going to, because there's a title in the game for clear all of the missions for the Legendary Goku event. By the way, there's a mission for the OG Legendary Goku event for that, but there is not one for the GT Legendary Goku event or the Legendary VEGETA event. So what that tells us is that those are going to be added in the future. There's probably going to be more missions added, which is good. And again, I remember some of the times it has seemed to me like the global player base has been most engaged. The reason I say global, one thing a lot of people don't realize, the reason I always I'm talking like that, like global players, it's because that's definitely like 99% of my audience, right? But like, there's, people who will dabble in like JP and global at the same time, but I feel like mostly it's global mains, right? And I remember, when new missions would drop for the Legendary Goku event, and everyone would be so excited, because there's, you could use these teams and stuff like that, because like you use really good teams like Kamehameha, Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, stuff like that, and you just curb stomp everything. But it's actually like you use, some sort of different units or slightly different setups when it comes down to take down like one of these category missions like this right here, right? Although, we're doing Bond of Master and Disciple is the mission we're doing right here, but I'm basically just running a Hybrid Saiyan setup, honestly, is all we're doing here. Honestly, the Bond of Master and Disciple is a decent category. There are a number of good units on this team. The 2021 explosion of Hybrid Saiyans and future Trunks characters in particular has enabled us to, have a really good setup here. Remember that this Tech Super Saiyan Gohan, the World Tournament Reward card, very good for difficult content, long difficult content. This Tech Gohan, he's got damage reduction as well as stacking, so he is very useful, right? I'm glad that not only did I rainbow him, but I went ahead and level 10 linked him, because even typically for a while, okay, one thing happens here. So I popped Future Gohan's active skill, but I accidentally had the cord popped as well, but I accidentally had the active skill skipping on from when I was link leveling the anniversary LR, so the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, and then the LR Gods. The reason for that is because their intros while link leveling, it's just you're adding minutes per run. Like, I just have those off. So I only reset the app just so we could see the actual animation. This is one of my favorite animations in the game. I think the voice acting in particular is incredible in this scene. I think that the whole dynamic of Future Gohan, like knocking Trunks out and knowing he's going to that, like that it's fire. It's fire. Now we don't have anything to worry about. We're deep into the Legendary VEGETA event. Even with, Kid Gohan for support, like LR Future Gohan is going down on this turn, right? Remember that Future Gohan had a Scouter. I knew there was going to be no super attack, but I still was not concerned. Again, this animation is absolutely fantastic as well. The voice acting, Nizawa is the GOAT. The god or goddess of voice acting, whatever we want to say. So good. But okay, so now we got God Mode Future Gohan activated. I wasn't even gonna go for it. The Future Gohan and Trunks unit, again, I really want people to understand that they're not the craziest when it's Gohan and Trunks, but they do have some pretty good defenses. provided you're able to get at least 5 orbs. If you get 5 AGL orbs, then they can be pretty good in Gohan and Trunks form. By the way, I think that was a 3 dodge super attack right there. But once you go to just future, like he's God. This guy is God right here. Like he's doing really good damage considering we don't have like what links do we have active right there? Like it's just like Fierce Battle is like it, and like does he have Saiyan Lineage, right? Yeah, the only thing we had active there is Fierce Battle and Saiyan Lineage. That's it. With Kid Gohan. Remember, Kid Gohan is giving ki and defense, but he's not giving like attack support. So that's a very minimal turn for LR Future Gohan. And like the damage numbers he's doing are still solid considering he's not really going to take damage, right? One thing I've found with some of these characters, the design for LR Future Gohan and Trunks, as well as the LR Exchange Vegeta and Goku, I would say I was wrong back then, that it's very difficult to exchange with them, because when I do difficult content with these characters, I have found that it doesn't feel that hard to exchange with either Vegeta or Future Gohan, either of them, right? It really doesn't feel that bad, because the reason is because once you get to that low threshold where you can revive, typically that means you're in difficult content anyway, and then they lose all of their defense at that point as well, right? Now Vegeta does get defense on super attack, which can hurt a bit, but you can die anywhere on the rotation. Future Gohan has got literally 0 defense across the board, not even from his super attack effect, and he himself has to die, but it is worth it with how powerful he becomes once he actually does get the revival and stuff like that. Kid Gohan is here for obvious reasons. He has what I consider... honestly, I probably would say the tech androids have the best active skill in the game now, I think. I would probably say that. But Kid Gohan is like number 2, or right up there, right, as like the best active skill in the game with like what its effect does and like, its power and stuff like that. Him healing, giving defense to both rotations and then guarding, very, very powerful, right? And then of course his ki, his defensive stacking, the defensive support that he gives. Now, I wanted to get this Trunks and then the Tech Gohan together. Like, they're both stacking. Remember that this Trunks, on his unit super attack, which you could do with the Cell Saga Gohan next to him, he does stack defense. So that's why I've left those two together. Physical Future Gohan is not really as impressive as he could or should be if there isn't a Future Trunks around to give him, 120% attack and defense if there's a Future Trunks on rotation. But he does build up damage reduction to where it's not even really the biggest deal, right? Like, we've been sort of like floating Future Gohan around without Future Trunks a lot of time, and he has still been pretty good. Physical Future Gohan's EZA was good in that he's a good unit for this type of run for difficult content, right? Like, if we had, if they add a future mission to the Legendary Vegeta event here, like, Future Gohan will be fantastic for it, right? Because, see, like, here, he eats a super attack, 136k? Dude. Like, that's good. Like, that's nothing. That literally did nothing. Like, Physical Future Gohan does not stack, right? That right there, what we just saw, the way he tanked that, there's very few units in the game that can tank Vegeta's Final Flash without outright stacking defense. Gohan does not. He greatly raises defense for 1 turn, so that's a 50% defensive buff on his super attack effect. He gets more defense, less HP we had, which we were at like full HP on that turn, weren't we? But he has, the 58% damage reduction. And then the other 120% defense at the start of turn because Future Trunks is on rotation. But you could see that Future Gohan with that damage reduction, he really ate that quite well. He performed well. So, and then of course I do have Dokkan Fest Kid Gohan's SSR on here. I know a lot of people probably cringe when I use like him or Tech Ultimate Gohan's SSR, but you know what they do? They get the fucking job done. That's what they did. Did this look like this was a struggle? No. Guess how many tries this took? 1. This was a one-hitter quitter right here with this Bond and Master and Disciple team. Literal no effort is what it took to get this one done because the Bond and Master and Disciple category is pretty good. And there's a lot of other options you could potentially use. He's become a bit of a meme into Kabe because of his bad design choices. But he potentially could be an option in here to make this work for sure. LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, again, the same thing. Bit of a meme because of some quirky design choices, but he could still be powerful in here. The Tech Future Trunks that got his EZA would be very good. You know, Tech Blue Vegeta that creates Tech Orbs from Resurrection F. The Physical Blue Goku from Resurrection F. There's that, you know, Dokkan Fest Piccolo. There's a lot of characters who actually would work in here, right? Like, you know, you could bring multiple Piccolos. So you could bring Dokkan Fest Piccolo, and he transforms, his name changes, and you could pair him up with, like, another Piccolo or something like that. Although, there's not a second Piccolo that's good. Right, we could run Dokkan Fest Piccolo, but, like, who are you gonna run? AGL Piccolo in here? No way. You're not running Tech Piccolo? No way in hell. You're not running LR Piccolo? No, sir. You're not running the Metal Cooler Movie Piccolo? No. And then the EZA area, other, like, the Physical Piccolo, you're not running him. Piccolo's got, like, the one good... His Dokkan Fest could work here, but he need... Like, some of these other Piccolos, like, actually need to be good, right? So there we go. There is the Legendary Vegeta event mission done. Bond a Master and a Disciple easily. No item. One try. Not even tough. There we go. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all next time.